Huh? Not bad, right? You see, now you're starting to see the vision a little bit.
So by the time that you're watching this, it's gonna be a little over a week since I moved into this new studio space. I feel like I have a lot to explain to you, but I also kind of want to show you what it's like to set up an entire office studio from essentially zero. By the way, in case it's not obvious, welcome to the second channel. I'm planning to be posting whatever, I don't know, like whatever I feel like, stuff that's not really meant for the main channel that would make sense there. I've been sitting on this username for 2 years. I'm not even kidding. It'd be really, really helpful though if you could subscribe, just because it makes it way easier for me to get this channel monetized. I think the limit is like you need to have like a minimum of 1,000 before you're even allowed to apply. So you would be really helping the channel a lot if you subscribe. Okay, cool.
We got a couple other things just because I know I needed some stuff here. A MacBook. I got a Windows laptop just in case I need anything. Oh, and just a bunch of charging cables and boxes and stuff because I know I need that stuff. And then a wipe, because sometimes I need to wipe down the devices because they get smudgy.
So why did I end up moving? Well, there's actually 3 reasons why I decided to finally make the jump to a studio space. Number 1, obviously, I needed more room. I've obviously had a very, very complicated relationship with space when it comes to YouTube. When I first started making videos like 6 years ago, I remember I started off just in my bedroom, in my mom's apartment, and it was really, really cramped there. I remember whenever I needed to film something, I would take all the stuff off my desk and then put it on my bed. And then when it was time to go to bed, or when I finished filming, I would take all the stuff from my bed and put it back on the desk. Desk, bed, every single day, and it was exhausting. It's also a really big reason why in my first few videos, you kind of see me filming a lot outdoors. And it's just only because I was really tired of filming in that tiny little bedroom all the time. And I would take any opportunity I could get to go film outside. I also had like 5 shirts too, because like literally my entire closet was just full of YouTube stuff at that point, just filled with random tripods and boxes and just whatever stuff that I would need. Then a few years ago, I was really, really fortunate. I was doing pretty good on YouTube, and I saved up for like a full year just to make sure that this wasn't like a one-time YouTube success thing. Oh, I just had a good month or whatever. And eventually, I moved into my own spot here in LA, which is really, really close to family. My dad's like 10 minutes away. My sister's across the street, surprisingly. All my family's here, so it makes it really easy for me to be able to just be happy and be comfy here. And it was really, really nice. So I moved over there, and the big change for me was being able to physically separate my YouTube stuff and my personal stuff, which I just didn't have before. It was really nice because I would just be able to work in my little corner, my little desk, and just have the lights set up and the camera and the tripod and everything set up all nice and pretty. And when I was done for the day, I could just walk away. Not have to move anything, just leave it there, just walk away, and then just, go into the bedroom and, watch a movie or hang out with the lady, do whatever I want to do. Like it was really, really nice.
You'd think that the society would be kind of well past giant fat power bricks by now. Yeah, simple. Again, I'll get something better later, but 110 gig and then a bunch of 2.5 gigs. It's fine. I don't think I have 1 gig down here, so I don't think I'm ever going to use anything past that, but all right, not bad. I can work with that. Yeah, that's the thing about LA internet, unfortunately. We can get really good down, really crappy up though, unless you're like a proper business that's willing to lay down the money to actually have them lay down fiber in your block, which requires like $600 a month or something, which is ridiculous. But yeah, not bad.
That physical separation made it way more exciting to make videos again, and I was really, really happy with that change. But eventually, same thing, I started filling up the living room too. And working next to the kitchen for that amount of time was just really, really, it was a hassle for both me and the lady, because if she tried to get to the kitchen, I would have a bunch of stuff all the time always there. And working next to the kitchen while she's cooking, it's very distracting, and it was not great. Oh, and by the way, side tangent, because a lot of my friends, my YouTuber friends actually disclosed to me that a lot of them actually started out just filming stuff next to the kitchen, which I think is really, really neat. And even though I try my best to keep things separate, like I said, just, sometimes there was just no hiding it, and, things just got really messy sometimes. There was just a lot of boxes everywhere, tripods, cameras, and the cables. Oh my God, the amount of wires and cables all over the living room was just disgusting. And it looked like a fire hazard, especially right next to a stove of all things. And some days when we would have a big video project, oh my God, sometimes I'm gonna put a picture somewhere. The place looked like an Amazon warehouse. Like the whole living room just loaded with boxes, and it was just like you couldn't walk in there anymore just because of all the stuff. So I put myself on a deadline. I gave myself 3 months, and I said I'm gonna go find a spot where I can grow and hopefully have a dedicated space to do this stuff.
Right before I forget, the landlord left like a landlord special over here, and like kind of just had all these like stains left over on the window, and I don't quite like that. So I bought something for that. Apparently, there's a thing called glue cloth that's literally designed for like spills like this. So I'm gonna just use this real quick and then just wipe it off because yeah, this was bothering me a lot. It just looks really Let me show you a better spot here. Yeah, man, that bothers me a bit, but it's a very common thing here in LA. So like whatever. I'm gonna fix it though.
The second reason why I moved out, it honestly is just around how I work, like mentally, psychologically. I have ADHD, like diagnosed and everything and all that, which means I have a lot of trouble starting tasks. That's the interesting thing though. It's starting tasks, not completing them. If I'm in the right state of mind and I properly have the good environment to actually do the work, yeah, I can get things done in a really reasonable amount of time. Now, to be honest, I have been getting a lot of help with things like, therapy and, medication and obviously critical skills that I learned for myself to learn. For example, the whiteboard, you probably saw, but the whiteboard is a good example of little tasks that I learned that helped me make it easier to work, but I still struggle with it a lot. I learned a little while ago that something about getting in a car, going to a place, I don't know, something about that process really got my head to kind of trigger that like productivity mode of like, okay, it's time to start tasks. And that signifier being able to say, okay, it's time to start doing work. And while working from home is really nice, I've noticed that it tends to clash a lot with that mindset. There will be times where I would like not get started on work until like 4 p.m. because I was just like, doing other shenanigans. I don't know, cleaning up around the house or whatever. And some days, like I said, there's no distinction for me. So I would literally just keep working until 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. Without any sort of like way of realizing, hey, I need to stop and I need to go, otherwise I'm going to burn out. That having a physical space that I can get up and go to, so that way I know it's time to start to work, and then when I leave, I know that it's time to stop working, is really great for my productivity and my mental health, and I think this space is going to help a lot with that. I tested this a few times when I would if I had a really pending deadline, I would just drive to a coffee shop or something, or a library around where I live, and it worked. I would actually get things done, in about an hour or 2 hours, so it does work. So I thought we should probably test this a little bit more and see what it's like here. So that's another reason why I decided to move out. Well, the big reason I'm getting these shelves really is just because I have a lot of projects that after the video's done, or or have an upcoming project that I'm working on, but I'm still working on the current videos. I can't really get it done like right now, right this second, so I have to put it away somewhere. That builds up really fast over time. Have you seen Linus's warehouse? Like, oh my God, the amount of stuff that gets accumulated over time, just because of all the products that come in, not even just like for like sponsor stuff. I mean, just stuff you need just to make videos sometimes, is crazy. Here we go. That is our steam machine prototype. I'm still working on this right now, so it's in a bunch of pieces, and we're still revising the actual frame for it. So this is like version 1. We're already on like version 3 at this point. By the way, this is why you don't print your stuff in PLA, by the way, if you expect it to take heat or weight, because this one is already, as you can show here, this one's already bowing a little bit. That's not good. You don't want that. So yeah, this is generally just for prototyping. Don't actually print your stuff like this. But yeah, we're gonna keep our current workbook for that stuff right there. Third reason is kind of a big one for me. I want this to be a place where I can bring more than one person to work here. Okay, I won't lie, it felt kind of weird trying to bring over people to my apartment if I ever wanted to do YouTube stuff, just because like, I live there, and I, just like where I live, and there's my personal stuff, and having someone, like a stranger, bring over to like, yeah, come to my personal living room, felt weird, and I didn't want that. I want this place to be a space of creativity and inspiration where I can bring other people to do fun YouTube stuff with, without having to give them my personal address. Bigger picture here, I also want this to be a space where more than one person can work at a time, because I could really use some help. I've talked to a lot of like full-time, like 10+ year YouTubers that I met at Open Sauce last year, and a lot of the main things that they shared was that all of them had some sort of team or some creative help alongside them when they're making their videos. I really hate the idea of being like, oh yeah, one day I started all this by myself, and then 10 years down the line, I'm still somehow doing this all by myself. Like that's scary to me. I want to try to get comfortable physically and mentally with the concept of having a small team to help me out with videos, And this is just one of the first steps to get me closer to that, like mentally and physically.
There we go. It took a second. Gotta fix the rest of these, but yeah, I'll come back when this is all done.
Cool. And last but not least, my play button, because, you know, I just feel like it's important to have this here, like, you know, symbolically to, you know, remind me what I've been working towards and what the reason that I'm here in the first place and all that. Only thing is I have no idea where to put it right now, because I don't know if I'm going to be moving stuff or rearranging things or where my desk is going to be. If you have any ideas on where this should go, on what wall or whatever, let me know. I think it'd be really cool to figure out where we could put this, because yeah, it's kind of a big deal. And I don't want to, you know, neglect it and keep it there for no reason. You know, keep it in like a drawer or something. Also, I don't want to get too sappy here, but literally the only reason I'm sitting in this room right now is because of support from you guys, specifically people like the Patreon members and the channel members. If you're wondering what that money goes to, by the way, like legitimately, like straight up, all the money directly goes to just paying for the rent for this place. So seriously, if you support what I do, seriously, thank you so much. Now, there's still a lot that I have left to do here. There's obviously, it's way too echoey in here. I need a rug. I need to get a second desk because, you know, obviously this is just like my talking head desk, but I need like a proper desk to actually, you know, like monitor and a mouse and a keyboard to do things. And I'm pretty sure I need a little bit more storage too, because yeah, right now there's no storage in this space, so I gotta kind of make my own. Something really interesting I learned when I moved into my first apartment was that there's not really a set time for when you feel ready to do things, which I think is kind of interesting. I remember when I moved in, you know, I didn't have a couch, I didn't have an entertainment center. I only had like a TV and a PS5 on the floor. And then one day we added nightstands, then we added a couch, and we added, you know, little furniture, and then a desk. And then after a year, it's like, oh crap, well, this is our home, and this is what it looks like, and this is what it's built. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the same for this studio right now. Right now, filming in here feels really weird. I'm not used to this space yet. It's like way too quiet in here. I don't have all of my stuff, which I'm comfortable with being able to whip it out. It is way too echoey in here, but that's just an adjustment period though. And over time, I know that it is gonna go away. That's kind of what I'm trying to practice with, you know, second channel videos like this, just talking to the camera and talking to you guys. Symbolically, this is a very big step for the channel and its ability to create things. I'm so excited for this year to see how this space is going to come together and making just amazing videos here for you guys. Again, stuff that will break the internet again, stuff like that, you know? This video just for the people that like care about like behind the scenes stuff like this. I'm sure there's some people that are really interested in that stuff. And yeah, just thank you again so much for all the support. And you know, it's literally because of you guys that makes stuff like this possible. I'm genuinely so grateful to be able to still somehow be doing this 6 years in. No joke, 2026 is gonna be a really interesting year for the channel, and I can't wait to share it with you. So yeah, that's really it. I gotta get back to fixing some other stuff, so I'll see you around. I'll talk to you guys later. All right, bye-bye. Right? We got the YouTuber colors. Yeah, that's gonna work, I think. I still want to play around with it a little bit and see what the placement looks like, but this is, I could work with this. This is nice. This is really nice. And like I still have a bunch of other room for a bunch of other stuff. It's great. I never ever think about it.